culprit. This clutch is shot, and what it was doing was not coming on, of course, and you can see all the bushings are gone, and it was cycling, and then it kind of locked up and didn't do anything. And so rather than try to rebuild this clutch, because I didn't know what I was going to see in there, I just bought a new one. So the new one came with the oil installed. You're going to need 10 millimeter wrench. I just use this one because, you know, there's tight quarters down there. I'll show you in a second, but this is the old one. I'm going to probably tear into it and see how bad the clutch and stuff is in there, and all that assembly, and then decide whether or not I want to buy parts and rebuild it. If I do, either I'll put it on my shelf or maybe sell it on eBay. This is the old compressor, but on the new one, this cap is going to be over there. It's going to have new O-rings in it, so you don't have to worry about replacing the O-rings, but leave this cap on until you get it up there in place and get ready to put the hose manifold on the top here, so you don't spill the oil. This is a 10 millimeter. Everything's 10 millimeter on this sucker. Thing up because there's no room to get your face underneath there and slide under because they're sitting so damn low to the ground. So I just put it up on one side, jacked it up, and put a block underneath that side. I'm not gonna rely on those Harbor Freight jack stands. They're no good that they had the recall on. So anyhow, I just lift up the one side so you can get to that thing. And this is a 99 E450 with the V10 6.8 liter, and the air conditioning compressor is on the bottom. Oh, by the way, you gotta take the belt off, and there's other videos that show all that kind of stuff, but I couldn't find anything to show me how to do this, so I had to figure it out myself. The book was wrong, etc. So that's the way I did it, and it worked. Say that you need to remove the fan and the fan shroud, which means, you know, disconnecting this hose up here and removing the air filter assembly and stuff. So I didn't do that. I looked under there carefully and decided that if I just move this stuff out of the way, disconnect that, take the air cleaner assembly out, and just made it so that the fan shroud was movable, then I would be able to get that compressor out. Way down in there, I can't even see it. Fan shroud, there's one, this is an 8 millimeter here, and then there's an identical one over on the other side, and you just remove those. Of course, you got to move this out of your way and take this hose off so that you can push the fan shroud up out of your way to give you access down below. Drop that damn bolt, I gotta go find it. Drop down there. But just take this up and out of your way, and then you got plenty of room to move that fan shroud around and manipulate it any way you need to. Guys, underneath this thing, that's the new compressor up there. So what they don't tell you is you need to take this tie rod off here to get this out of your face, and also the steering stabilizer. Just drop it down. This thing, of course, is some sort of shroud, but anyhow, you can loosen that shroud from up above, the fan shroud. Don't have to remove the fan, and everything's 10 millimeter on this. The little manifold on top of the compressor is 10 millimeter too, but keep that closed until you drop the compressor down. So once this stuff is out of the way, you can get to, there's three 3 long bolts that you can get to these 2 here, and then the other one is through that. See that hole there? So you just use a long extension on that. Everything's 10 millimeter. The 3 bolts. Once you get it down and you have this stuff out of the way, then you can take the little the hose manifold off the top. And so when you get the new compressor, they usually come pre-filled with the oil that you need for the whole system. And then of course you got to remove the cam positioning sensor wire, unplug that, and then unplug your compressor wires. It's just they're both plugs. Get them out of your way, and then you just bring everything down through here. And if you loosen that fan shroud enough, you can kind of push it up out of the way, and it's a little bit flexible, and just drop it down through here, right through here. Once you get this tie rod out of there and the steering stabilizer. That's how I did it.